Okay, well, here we are again talking about what Elon Musk has posted. By the way, I've considered changing the name of this from X Posts to X Posts Facto or Factoid. Factoid. I don't know. What do you think about that idea? All right. I'd also like to know what you think about the concept of doing these reviews of Elon's posts each day on X. Let me know in the comments below. All right. First off this morning, he says, congratulations to the SpaceX team and to Space Force on completing 3 orbital Vandenberg launches in 11 days. That might be a record. So that's the very first one this morning. Then we go into the problems in Brazil, which are kind of dominating right now. And not unsurprisingly, because this is a pretty big deal for X, it's a pretty big deal for Elon, and is a pretty big deal for the world and maybe for the United States. So let's go and take a look here. He says, first of all, the severity of the censorship and the degree to which Brazil's own laws are being broken to the detriment of their own people is the worst of any country in the world in which this platform operates. So, of course, X is probably not doing anything in North Korea or Iran. So those two would not be on the boat, would not be on the list. So then he responds to Mario Nawfal over on X. Brazilian lawmakers take fight for freedom of speech to the EU. Congressman Eduardo Bolsonaro, who was in our space with Elon last night. So apparently Mario Nawfal had a space. Elon was there, and this congressman was there. From Brazil has joined forces with Bia Kikis. Oh boy, I don't know these names. Gustavo Geyer, to bring their challenge against Lula's authoritarian grip on freedom of speech to the European Parliament. Invited by Vox's Herman Tersch, they aim to spotlight Brazil's struggle for free speech and use the crackdown on X as a prime example. Their mission to broadcast truths they believe are overlooked by the media, seeking international solidarity against what they perceive as authoritarianism in Brazil. Will Europe listen and stand with Brazil? And that's something Elon reposted. All right. Then Elon laughs at this one. He says, you're not going to see this level of entertainment anywhere else. Apparently, Jeff Zuckerberg, right after Elon bought Twitter, he says I'm gonna hope I can read this. They drove a clown car that fell into a gold mine. So Elon is laughing at that. Of course, that X that we're talking about right now and dealing with right now, that it was a clown car and he drove it right off the edge of a cliff, I guess, into a gold mine. Anyway, then Elon reposts this. This is from CB_Doge, D-O-G-E. Maybe that's, I don't know. Anyway, we'll just assume it's Doge. My banking accounts were frozen. All of my social media was under censorship, and my passport has been canceled just for a bunch of tweets. That's what we are been facing in Brazil. Elon says, thanks for the support. And then from Mario Nawfal again, Elon, and this is reposting something by Michael Schellenberger. President Lula says he supports free speech, but he doesn't. He is at the moment demanding a censorship regime as severe as the one that has been in place in Cuba since the early 1960s. Elon says true. Then we have this from Elon laughing, actually having his hands on his cheeks like this with his mouth wide open. I guess that's a standard emoji, meaning, oh my gosh. Anxiety is really just you believing theories about yourself. So a meme that he supported this morning. All right. Then he says, okay, then we have this from Jesse Waters. NPR, a taxpayer-funded news organization, used to be trusted, but now they have gone rogue. One senior editor, a classic liberal, says that NPR corrupted itself in 2016. He admits NPR coped with Hillary's loss by getting into bed with Adam Schiff. He says NPR pretended like the Trump-Russia collusion story never happened once it was debunked. He says they tried to kill the lab leak theory and ignored Hunter's laptop bombshell. This is all fueled by former NPO CEO John Lansing, who thought white people had to atone for their skin color. And Elon responds to that, interesting. And then again, on the NPR story, Elon was responding to something from Paul Sperry. Breaking, NPR whistleblower reveals NPR's DC newsroom includes 87 registered Democrats and 0 Republicans. During a meeting, one of NPR's best journalists says it was good we weren't following the Hunter laptop story because it could help Trump. Elon says, sounds balanced. Then we have this again from Mario Nuffel. Breaking, U.S. Congress to look into Brazilian law violations regarding X. The Brazilian government is attempting to ban X in Brazil, jail X employees in Brazil, and impose a $20,000 daily fine because Elon Musk and X refused to censor journalists in Brazil illegally. Elon Musk says, exactly. And then from Mario again, Brazilian Twitter files, lawyer, this is not law and order. This is a lack of the law. What we're seeing in Brazil right now is not the rule of law, but the lack of law. And if you're not careful, the US is going in this direction. Elon hits that one with one of his famous exclamation points. This from Kankos the Great, or no, Kankoa, Kanekoa, Kanekoa the Great. He says this is Elon is highlighting okay. G. Greenwald highlights Elon's opposition to Brazil's authoritarian censorship regime. The censorship framework in Brazil mirrors tactics employed by the U.S. government to suppress dissenting voices under the guise of combating disinformation. Any criticism of this judge that offends him will result in punishment. No trial, no due process, and that's what they've done now to Elon Musk. This censorship regime has no basis in law. They actually tried to pass a law several months ago that would democratically enact this censorship regime to formally define the powers and responsibilities of big tech. But they couldn't get the votes in Congress to pass it. He's talking about the United States, not Brazil. Thus, Judge Alexandria de Morales was given unilateral authority to dictate permissible online speech. When they issue these orders to these platforms, they say we want this member of Congress banned, we want this journalist banned, we want this activist banned. They provide no due process, they provide no explanation, and these orders are never sent to the individuals who were being censored. And Elon says, tyranny. Well, so let me know what you think. Elon is not always heavily political, but today, most of it, of course, is very political. But I'm also curious to know whether you think that Elon sounds like ultra right wing, or do you agree that Brazil right now, what they're doing is tyrannical? Do you agree that some of the actions that the U.S. government has tried to take over the last 3 years or so to ban journalists and to get rid of folks on X or other platforms, and it continues today, it's happening right now. Do you believe that those things are, in fact, tyrannical and should be stopped? Do you believe that the government should be deciding what is disinformation and what isn't disinformation in a free press situation, in a country that believes in freedom of press and freedom of speech? Those would be all good, but mostly that's what Elon's talking about here, although the NPR story goes down to public funds supporting an organization that has only a singular point of view. Do you think that's real right-wingish to say that it's wrong to have a government agency, a government-sponsored organization that is 100% politically oriented to one side of the aisle? Anyway, those are just thoughts for today. Let me know in the comments below. Please hit like and subscribe and notify. And then down below, if you want to go down there and hit up Patreon, we have that in the description where you can just hit the link and join Patreon and support the channel that way. All right, that's all I got for right now. And until next time, it has been great talking to you.